Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and as you can see, I'm in my garage, and I was actually doing a little experiment. I was actually wanting to see how the PB3 would handle this new tool which I have here, and it works actually just fine. I found that when I was using the PB3 with the wider PMF internal jet tool, it didn't quite have enough volume to give a spray for the whole width of the tool, and so when I would use it, I would use this smaller tool, and it worked fine with that. But this tool is almost exactly the same width, so it worked. I just tried it out with that, and it worked just fine. So good to know. I do have the original tool with it, but the PMF internal jet tool works really well with that little machine there, which is a single cord machine, but heats up the water to, it's actually got an adjustable temperature on there up to, well, they say 215 degrees, I guess, or yeah, I think it's 215. But anyway, they don't make this thing anymore, but it's a really nice machine. It actually will, you can put solvent in there and clean with solvent. I've never done that, probably never would, don't need to do that. But anyway, I was I want to show you guys how it is that I am able to clean most fabrics and have it dry within an hour or less. A lot of fabrics I clean will dry in under 30 minutes, depending on the fabric. So how do I do that? Now I do have this Sapphire Scientific tool and the PMF, the wider one and the narrow one, and these are internal jet, and this is an internal jet tool as well. I was showing that recently, so I just want to show you guys a couple things about it. So the reason I prefer these tools is because they're much more precise. You can get into corners and along edges, and even along the piping a little bit easier. I just find that it worked better. And this tool was been my favorite one for quite some time. But then I purchased this clear one, and I like it. It's basically the same thing, a little bit narrower, but it has a different feel to it because it doesn't have the stainless steel head on it, and it gives it a lighter feel up here, so the weight is more concentrated back here, so it actually feels better when you're using it. So now when I use this machine runs at a 150 psi. I don't know what the 150 psi. I don't know what the volume of it that's coming out, but what I do is I have an adjustment right here. This is a needle valve. Now you can do the exact same thing, by the way, with a shut-off valve. There's one right there on that machine there. You can buy those wherever you're buying your quick connects or whatever, and it's basically doing the same thing. It's basically shutting down, constricting the flow. So it'll actually shut it off completely if you want to. So what I do is I almost never run it at full volume. You don't need to, but you have the option to do that. So right now it's completely shut off, so we'll turn it on. I'm going to turn on the valve. You can see water is arriving already, and I only turn it like a quarter turn. So there it is at full volume. So we'll go over here, and I'll just show you on this cardboard. It'll show up. So, and you can see it gives a full coverage and everything. One way you can test it, but you can run it, you can back it off quite a bit depending on the fabric that you're dealing with, and the more you back off the volume, the more rapidly the fabric will dry. And some fabrics you want to have at higher volume, some a little bit less. Depending on the fabric, you would be able to adjust on each job is going to be different. So it gives you a much more precise control. And I'm going to show you something over here. Now you won't be able to see much here, but I did. This is just a really thin piece of cotton, I guess. I think that's what it is. Or actually, it's linen, come to think of it. But anyway, so what I'm going to show you is that although this is very thin, I'm actually got it at full volume right now. This is the internal jet tool. Oh, look, I got the fly. Oh, how ironic. Don't want to let him go away. Ooh, that's kind of freaky for the fly. Anyway, I'll turn on flow. Oh, he got away. But you can see that the even at full flow, the moisture is not going right through the fabric. Now, I did actually, there's one spot on there that's slightly wetter. That's full flow. You see it, as soon as it hit there, it actually did slightly go through the fabric. But I'm going to back it off. And one thing I should let you know is I did run the Sapphire Scientific tool on that little sample there, and it did get the fabric wetter. When I pulled it across, I didn't see any water come through, but what I did see afterwards was that the fabric actually was definitely damper than when I was using the internal jet tool. So I'm going to back this off, and just to show you, this will help you to see what's going on. We'll go over to the pardon me. We'll switch over to the clear head so you can see. This is basically the same tool, just with a acrylic head on it, and it gives you the ability to see what's happening. So I've turned on the pump on. Okay, we'll turn the pump is off right now. The valve is off. I can turn it on, and then we'll see. So I just turned it a crack. You see, it's just a little bit is coming out. That's actually now right there is at full flow. So I'm going to back it off to where it would normally probably run at. And just to confirm that we're getting full coverage, let's go over here. Put it on the cardboard. You can see that it is covering the tool, the aperture from one side to the other. Now let's see what happens on this very thin fabric. Put the tool down. We'll pull the trigger, and the trigger is now on. You can see that the moisture is not even going through this very thin fabric. And in most cases, that's actually the way you want to clean your fabric. You don't want to saturate the fabric. If you want to do that, you're going to increase your flow. And if you, in some cases, you may want to crack open your vacuum relief in this. I'll do that. See what happens here. Oh, you can see it shooting out the. Yeah, I can feel it shooting out the front a bit. Oh, you can see it getting wetter. But yeah, you can see how wet it is now. But you don't want to do that. Anyway, I thought you might find that interesting. I find that interesting. And just because I've got it here, we'll switch over to the US products machine here. I'm gonna take this cuff off of here, just because I know you're interested to see it. Yeah, I was able to. I think I paid a couple $100 for this thing. And again, they don't make them anymore, unfortunately, because it's a nice machine. And surprisingly, you go a long time without refilling it, because it has I think it's a 55 psi pump in there, and produces tremendous heat. And I've used it, but and it's nice and compact. It runs on one cord. That's one of the nice things about it. So we'll turn it on. So that's, of course, that's at its full volume. You can see I'm getting very good coverage. We'll put it on here. Again, the the water is not going through the fabric. So there you go, something to think about, and there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for watching, and have a good day.